Industry is a different place where you need to learn on your own,
Correct.
looking at your mentor, looking at your teacher. So as a background dancer, I've always learned looking, from behind. I used to be in the last row because I was the tallest guy in the group.
Yeah.
And actors used to push me at the back because of the height and the long hair and the energy I used to create on the set. But yeah, it was fun. जो दुनिया मुझे पीछे से अच्छी लगती थी वो मुझे सामने से बिल्कुल कभी अच्छी नहीं लगती थी because मैं बहुत enjoy करता था उस moment को. So दूर से देख के हमने सीखा and I think then I became assistant within 2 years. I think I was very quickly इतना कुछ सीख लिया तो फारा माँ ने मुझे assistant बना लिया 2 साल के अंदर.
Earlier artist, उनको उतना recognition नहीं मिलता था. There were not so many platforms there where their work was acknowledged. But I'm sure now, we have many platforms that have come in and people are getting recognition, they're getting acknowledged. So do you feel that time convincing was difficult and today in this era, it's easier for the coming generation to convince their parents?
See, fast track में मैं बोलूँगा अभी का generation because सबको ऑन द स्पॉट अभी जैसा आज के बच्चों को उनको पेशेंस लेवल तो है नहीं किसी का. उनको एवरीथिंग ओवरनाइट चाहिए. दे वांट टू बी फेमस ओवरनाइट.
They want stardom very quickly.
So it's a teamwork. It's not done by one person.
Upgraded and learning all the new technology that is coming.
We have to. Because हमारे टाइम पे AI नहीं था, बट हमने अपग्रेड कैसे अपने बॉस को देखे हो. हमारे लिए हमारे AI वो थे. आज हमने सॉफ्ट कॉपी डिजिटल कॉपीज आ गई जहाँ पे उनको एआई बना के हम टूल्स को यूज कर रहे हैं. हमारे जो टूल्स थे वो हमारे बॉसेस थे, फारा माँ और सारे जो एक्टर्स जो नामचीन एक्टर्स हैं उनसे हमने काफी सीखा सेट के ऊपर. ही इज ऑर्डर्ड लंच इन हिज वैनिटी टू फीड मी एंड व्हाइल आई एम सिटिंग विद सर इनसाइड द वैनिटी ही इज नरेटिंग मी द एंटायर फिल्म. दैट्स हाउ ही इज. आई डिडंट नीड टू नो द एंटायर फिल्म बट ही मेड श्योर 3 hours he said no one's going to disturb me. I'm sitting with Feroz. And while he has a book in his hand, the whole script, it's only him and me, no ADs, no one. And he's narrating me the entire film with wearing that bodysuit. Just imagine, that's SRK sir for you.
That's a dedication.
That's a dedication, that man.
So apart, Shahrukh sir, like you have worked with everyone, say Kareena Kapoor, Sonam Kapoor, Vicky Kaushal, Katrina Kaif, like Sushant Singh Rajput. You have worked with all the actors. So what is your experience with each one of them? Hello and welcome to another heartwarming episode of Imperia Connects, a space where we celebrate stories that nurture family well-being. Today, I have the privilege of speaking with someone whose journey is deeply rooted in rhythm, passion, and togetherness. He is one of Bollywood's most celebrated choreographers, the man behind unforgettable songs like Makhna from Dry, Mitthi Mitthi from Aisha, Dildara from Ra.One, and Abhi Mujh Mein Kahin from Agneepath. But beyond the stage and screen, he is also the eldest brother of the family, where all 5 siblings are dancers and choreographers in the film industry, a true family of artists. From working closely with legends like Farah Khan and Geeta Kapoor to mentoring young talent on Dance India Dance, his journey reflects not only professional excellence but also deep-rooted family values. Please welcome the dynamic and inspiring Feroz Khan. Hello Feroz, thank you so much for coming on our podcast. I'm sure today's conversation, all the dance lovers and all your fans are truly gonna enjoy.
Thank you very much, Divya, for inviting me. And for such a short notice, मैं आ भी गया हूँ. All thanks to you and the rains actually, which got me here. But really, it feels really nice to come and sit right in front of you and answer your question. I'm sure there has to be some good questions coming from your side. I'm looking forward.
Yeah. So firstly, I want to know, how did you fall in love with dance?
Well, I think as soon as I was born, I remember there were music all over in my whole area. Normally जब बच्चा पैदा होता है तो there's खुशियों का ढोल बजते हैं. I think I heard that when I was born. ऐसा feel आता है, मुझे तो लगता है. So I think that was the first time. Actually जो मेरी memory रही भी है अभी, जो मैं सोचता भी हूँ, whenever I feel that मैंने म्यूजिक सुना था, बहुत ही छोटा था मैं, and I saw a lot of people dancing, and वो एक हल्का सा एक hazy सा एक होता ना, जैसा एक छोटा बच्चा हुआ है, उसकी आंखें खुली भी नहीं है, but a very out focus kind of a thing. You see people enjoying and smiling, and there was music all over the place. So yeah.
So how was your journey in Bollywood? Like it just started off, like how you stepped into Bollywood?
बहुत देर से actually शुरू हुई थी. देर से in the sense at the young age, but not when I was a kid. I started as a street dancer wherever I was born in Mahim. I was a street dancer, dancing in Ganpati Visarjan and Holi Festival and बहुत सारे हमारे
So when you started your journey in this industry, was it always like you aspired to be a choreographer or a dancer, or it just came into your lap?
No, it just happened. I never planned for anything, to be very honest. I was studying like a good boy. Suddenly मुझे लगा मैं पढ़ नहीं रहा हूँ because मुझे नाचने का बड़ा शौक हो गया था बचपन से. So slowly पढ़ाई भी करता था, साथ साथ में नाचता भी रहता था, in my society, in my area. And just लगा एक दिन कि मैं बहुत अच्छा नाचता हूँ, लोगों ने तारीफ़ें की, तो I thought I went towards that. So पहले तो मैं I was a clown in a company called Clowns Are Us. Ashwin Gidwani sir was the owner of that company. I started that, with few of my friends and colleagues, where I used to entertain kids in birthday parties. And उसके बाद में Bollywood happened to me because I went through a contact के वहाँ पे कुछ dancers की ज़रूरत है, तो आप please जाइए वहाँ पे. And so I was tall, I was lean, long hair, and they thought I look okay for that dance sequence, so they asked me. So I auditioned, and then actually it was the first audition in '96. I remember it was for a show called Miss World '96 in Bangalore. I remember September was a show, and there was auditioning happening during July. And then I was one of the 100 dancers, 100 dancer to start off with.
So I still remember seeing you in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. I remember, Anupam Kher telling you, Feroz, cut your hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that was the first film I started getting recognition. Uske pehle I started, my first film as a background dancer was Shastra, where Sunil Shetty sir was there and Ahmed Khan sir was doing the choreography. And I was one of the dancers in the background. And the biggest break, I got it from Yes Boss film where SRK sir was there and Juhi Chawla ma'am was there. And Jata Hai Tu Kahan, there was a song. So I was one of the background dancers in that song. And then Kuch Kuch Hota happened after that. So I was one of the dancers, and Karan Johar sir was directing that film, and he asked Farah Ma that, can I take one of your dancers as my character, because I think Feroz is the guy in your group who has long hair, looks pretty cool for a DJ role and all that. That's how it started.
Wow.
So I was selected. I was dancing. I was selected for small roles, for one scene, two scene. So sometimes I was playing a DJ. I was playing the drums in the song. Yeah. And this dialogue became really famous where Anupam Kher sir was the principal of the college. Yeah. And I happened to pass by him, and he says, Feroz, he says, good morning, sir. Yeah. And he looks at me and he says, Feroz, cut your hair. And I said, jealous, huh? That became really famous. And then it just went on and went on.
So how has been your journey, like from dancer to choreographer?
It's been a beautiful journey. I still feel that I've just started. It's been, next year, 2026 will be 30 years for me in the industry. Wow. From a background dancer to an assistant choreographer to a choreographer.
So almost 3 decades in this industry.
Yeah, it's like 3 decades. I'll be completing 30 years next year, inshallah, where I still feel that I need to work a lot, and I want to do a lot of things. And as a fresher, I want to start again.
You have closely worked with Farah ma'am and Geeta ma'am. So how has your journey been, working with them?
Like always, I say my journey has been beautiful with, surrounded by beautiful people. Yeah. First, it was my parents when I was born in that house, and my siblings. Yeah. And then came school teachers. And then, of course, when I joined professionally, I got to meet such beautiful people. One was Farah Ma. And before that, I met Geeta Kapoor, who, I call her Ma. I was the first one who started calling her Ma, Wow. And because she was like a mother figure from the very beginning, because she used to take care of everyone, and especially me, because I had come really close to her as a friend, and then she supported me a lot. And she was assisting Farah Ma that time. And now though, she's internationally known, and the nation loves her, and we all love her. She's still my family friend, and we're very close to each other. The journey's been great with them because whatever I was doing during my dancing days and assistant days, Geeta has always, helped me with a lot of things. I was nervous, like you just said, that are you getting nervous? Yeah. Same thing. I was very nervous in the beginning. A woman choreographer, सडनली घर से मैं बाहर निकला, माँ की अम्मी का हमेशा डर होता था, सबको होता है। एंड फिर जब काम पे आए तो स्कूल में गए तो स्कूल टीचर का डर, फिर उसके बाद में जब ये टीचर मिली डांसिंग टीचर तो उनका भी डर था। So, but Geeta always made me comfortable, made me relax, and it's been great journey.
So, how was it assisting Farah ma'am? Like you worked with her also for a very long run.
So, the journey's been great because there was a process. Because I started as a street dancer, but not professionally, but I used to just dance for fun. Started from school where annual function used to happen. I used to participate. वहाँ से जर्नी शुरू हुई थी। उसके बाद में became a mascot in a clown company where we used to entertain the kids. I used to enjoy a lot because हमें केक खाने मिलता था, वेफर खाने मिलते थे, so बड़ा मजा आता था। And उसके बाद में when I became a background dancer, काफी सीखने मिला because कोई हाथ पकड़ के नहीं सिखाता था, because it's not an institute where you go like school and you remove your book and you teacher will tell you do this, do that. Industry is a different place where you need to learn on your own, looking at your mentor, looking at your teacher. But nowadays it's become very easy. Now my assistant, or if you can ask someone, like they'll give you answers, but पहले ऐसा नहीं होता था, क्योंकि पहले टाइम ही नहीं होता था, because limited time में काफी कुछ करना होता था, बहुत सारी जिम्मेदारियां होती थी कोरियोग्राफर्स पे, डायरेक्टर्स पे। So as a background dancer, I've always learned looking, from behind. I used to be in the last row because I was the tallest guy in the group. And actors used to push me at the back because of the height and the long hair and the energy I used to create on the set. But yeah, it was fun. जो दुनिया मुझे पीछे से अच्छी लगती थी वो मुझे सामने से बिल्कुल कभी अच्छी नहीं लगती थी, because मैं बहुत enjoy करता था उस moment को. So दूर से देख के हमने सीखा, and I think then I became assistant within 2 years. I think I was very quickly इतना कुछ सीख लिया था, फारा माँ ने मुझे assistant बना लिया 2 साल के अंदर. And then the journey went on till her recent films. I still go back and help her. It's not saying that, I become a choreographer, I become a music video director. No, I still go back because that's my institute, that's my schooling where I, started learning, and I've achieved, and I'm here today in front of you.
So how did you convince your parents that you want to get into this field or you want to get into Bollywood? Because, for every parent, it is like they want their kid to be good at academics rather than getting more into dance, cultural and all.
Definitely. Yeah, it was a very slow process. It was not very easy in the beginning, but obviously हर घर की कहानी थी वो पहले. अभी तो माहौल और हालात चेंज हो गए, बदल गए. Kids are more relaxed now. उस टाइम पे तो पढ़ाई भी करनी थी और प्रोफेशन भी ये वैसे फॉलो करना था. और जब डांसिंग को इतने महत्व नहीं दिया जाता था, डांसिंग को उस टाइम इतना वो नहीं किया जाता था, प्यार नहीं किया जाता था. लोग हमें भांड भी कहते थे, because भांड is like an artist, it's a person who perform, basically it's an artist, it's a very curse, people used to say. But slowly it was a slow process, जहाँ पे slowly मैंने अपनी अम्मी को बताया कि अम्मी मैं डांस कर रहा हूँ स्कूल में, कॉम्पिटिशन्स में, कॉलेज में. ऐसा करते करते तो अम्मी ये कहती थी कि बेटा आप जो भी करो मगर पढ़ाई को बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट देना, फिर उसके बाद में नमाज रोजे कायम रखना, और फिर उसके बाद में जो करना है करो, बट मेक श्योर दैट you're not going into wrong direction. और वही हुआ. तो slowly convince करते करते जब मैं प्रोफेशनल फील्ड में आया, लाइक बॉलीवुड में आया, तो काफ़ी सालों तक तो उन्हें पता ही नहीं था कि मैं प्रोफेशनली कुछ कर रहा हूँ. I'm started getting little money. क्योंकि जब हम मैस्कॉट थे क्लाउन्जराज में तो बहुत छोटा पैसा, 50 रुपये में हम खुश होते थे. उसमें हम बस में ट्रैवल करते थे, तो इट वॉज फन. इट वॉज नॉट और यार में 50 मिलते थे. नो, 50 में भी एक अलग मजा होता था दोस्तों में. फिर 100 हुआ, फिर 150, ऐसा करते करते स्लो. इट वॉज अ प्रोसेस, सो उसके बाद में जब अम्मी को लगा कि ये ज़्यादा भी पढ़ाई में तवज्जो नहीं जा रहा है, डांसिंग में जा रहा है, तो उन्होंने एक दिन बैठ के मुझसे पूछा कि बेटा आप क्या कर रहे हो. बोले अम्मी ने बोले मेरी बहुत जिम्मेदारियाँ बच्चों की, बिकॉज पढ़ाना है, क्योंकि आपके वालिद इज वर्किंग इन अरब कंट्री एंड ही इज सेंडिंग अस मनी for you all to do good in your academic and all that. ऐसे नहीं अम्मी, मैं कोशिश तो कर रहा हूँ बट मेरे से हो नहीं पा रहा है ज़्यादा करके, मेरा तवज्जो डांसिंग में जा रहा है. फिर ऐसा करते करते स्लोली फिर बाहर से लोग आने, पेपर में आने शुरू हो गए. कभी कभी राइटअप्स मैंने कुछ शोज़ किए थे जो उस टाइम पे रियलिटी शोज़ नहीं होते थे. एक पहला रियलिटी शो था मैंने किया था कॉल शूटिंग स्टार्स. उस टाइम पे टेलीविजन भी इतना बड़ा नहीं था, दूरदर्शन पे आता था वो. एंड तब उसमें मैं कंपटीशन में मैंने हिस्सा लिया और मैं फाइनल तक पहुंच गया था. तो उन्होंने जब देखा कि ये सब कर रहा हूँ, पेपर में आ रहा है, काफ़ी लोग तारीफ कर रहे हैं, तो स्लोली अम्मी को भी लगा कि शायद ही इज़ गोइंग टू द राइट डायरेक्शन. फिर भी ये था कि नहीं आप पढ़ाई पूरी करना. तो वो मेरे से नहीं हुई.
So I think earlier artists, उनको उतना recognition नहीं मिलता था. There were not so many platforms there where their work was acknowledged. But I'm sure now, we have many platforms that have come in and people are getting recognition, they're getting acknowledged. So do you feel that time convincing was difficult, and today in this era it's easier for the coming generation to convince their parents?
See, fast track में मैं बोलूँगा अभी का generation, because सबको ऑन द स्पॉट, अभी जैसा आज के बच्चों को उनको पेशेंस लेवल तो है नहीं किसी का. उनको एवरीथिंग ओवरनाइट चाहिए. दे वांट टू बी फेमस ओवरनाइट.
दे वांट स्टारडम वेरी क्विकली.
इट्स अ प्रोसेस. यू नीड टू फॉलो दैट प्रोसेस. आई थिंक भले एआई आ जाए या पहले ही चीज रहे, अगर आपके अंदर अगर सब्र नहीं होगा ना, व्हिच इज पेशेंस, व्हिच इज आई फॉलो इन माय लाइफ, व्हिच आई हैव ऑलवेज फॉलोड, सब्र, पेशेंस, I think inshallah you will reach somewhere. There's a process to it. You don't rush for things because it will take time. जैसा भी मुझे लग रहा है 30 साल बाद भी मुझे लग रहा है मैंने कुछ नहीं किया लाइफ में in terms of professional. में professionalism मैंने कुछ नहीं किया. नहीं, ऐसा लग रहा है अभी मैं बहुत कुछ करना बाकी है.
You have done immensely lot of things. You have achieved lot of things in your life.
Process आज fast हो गया है वहाँ पे, because thanks to all the reality TV, thanks to social media, where the awareness has become bigger in everyone's life. तो आजकल parents भी, हम नहीं, thanks to the reality TV, मैं Z को काफी करूँगा because उन्होंने आज मुझे यहाँ पे बिठाया है in terms of face recognition. Z TV की वजह से reality show शुरू हुआ. Boogie Boogie was the first reality show, where people saw dancing. Then DID happened, and Terence, Remo, Geeta, they were the one who started telling people कि boss, dancing is not bad, but if it's done in the right proportion, it will taste good, like food. It's a recipe. So you need to be patient. You need to have that time given. Go through a process which people don't think. आज तो easier हो गया कि यार आप किसी को असिस्ट कर रहे हो, दूसरे में आप दिख रहे हो, वो कोरियोग्राफर है. बट जो जर्नी हमने फॉलो की है ना, एज अ बैकग्राउंड डांसर से लेके, हमने देखा है अपने बॉस को करते हुए, वो एक्टर्स डायरेक्टर्स की सुननी पड़ती थी उनको भी. हम भी लगते थे यार ऐसा क्यों बात कर रहे हैं. तो आज एक्टर्स हमारे से भी ऐसी बात नहीं, हम लोग अच्छे से बात करते हैं. मैं तो वो प्रोसेस मैंने फॉलो किया. थैंक्स टू हर, टू फारा मा, आई ऑलवेज थैंक हर, बिकॉज सारी स्कूलिंग उनकी रही है, उनको देख देख के सीखा है. तो आज हमारे लिए इजियर हो गया एक्टर्स के साथ में काम करना. बट आज की जो जनरेशन है, दे आर गुड. आई एम सेइंग दे आर डूइंग वेरी वेल. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ कोरियोग्राफर्स डूइंग सो अमेजिंगली. बट ये है कि जस्ट फॉलो द प्रोसेस, फॉलो द पैटर्न.
Correct. Because I think every project that you work with, the experience you grow, every challenges that you face, and all the glitches or errors that you make, but with each mistake you're learning something, and immediately on the next go, success doesn't come so easily, and even if it comes, that taste should last for longer, and it will only taste for longer when you have achieved it with that much of passion and hard work in your life.
Correct. See, there are a lot of examples in our industry only. I don't want to go outside the industry and say there are a lot of examples in the industry. People have worked for 3 decades, 4 decades, 5 decades. Still, they're doing it. And they have not achieved anything. उनको जैसा मुझे लग रहा है 30 साल में मैंने कुछ अचीव नहीं किया. लोगों ने देखा कि मैंने क्या क्या अचीव किया, बट मुझे एज अ पर्सन मुझे लग रहा है कि मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, मुझे और भी कुछ करना है, बिकॉज दिस इज द हंगर फॉर योर वर्क, फॉर योर क्राफ्ट. ऐसा लगता है कि अभी भी काफी सीखने, जैसा अभी फॉर एग्जाम्पल AI आ गया है. एवरीवन इज लाइक आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. अभी क्या होगा, दुनिया ऐसी हो रही, बट यू यूज AI इन अ नाइसर फॉर्म, इन अ नाइसर वे, then it will be beneficial for everyone. Like today, I want to learn AI. I'm trying to do some courses where I want to be with today's generation, where I want to survive more years in my field in terms of creativity. Abhi dancing mein kab tak karta raha hu. Aaj bhi when I do the choreography, I make sure that I'm standing with my assistant and my dancer and dancing with them. I don't sit on the chair and guide them. Ye karo, ye karo, ye karo. No, I will stand in front of them, in front of the mirror. हाँ चलो ये हाथ ऐसा करते हैं. हाँ मैंने एक assistant को देख लिया कि हाँ आप अच्छा कर रहे हो. हाँ let's do something like this. I love the footwork. I love the handwork. So it's a teamwork. It's not
good.
done
You
by
are
one
being
person.
upgraded and learning all the new technology that is coming.
We have to. Because हमारे टाइम पे AI नहीं था, बट हमने अपग्रेड कैसे अपने बॉस को देखिए, वो हमारे लिए हमारे AI वो थे. आज हमने सॉफ्ट कॉपी, डिजिटल कॉपीज आ गई जहाँ पे उनको AI बना के हम टूल्स को यूज कर रहे हैं. हमारे जो टूल्स थे वो हमारे बॉसेस थे, फारा माँ और सारे जो एक्टर्स, जो नामचीन एक्टर्स हैं, उनसे हमने काफी सीखा सेट के ऊपर. सो जब मैं कोरियोग्राफर बना तो मेरे लिए बड़ा इजी हो गया था टू अंडरस्टैंड, बिकॉज मैंने तब तक आई हैव रेड मोस्ट ऑफ द एक्टर्स. उनका पैटर्न क्या था, because I saw my boss doing that. She used to follow the pattern.
But I'm sure the experience, the knowledge that you have, because you must have seen shooting from the reel era to now,
Correct.
the high-end cameras that we guys are using
Correct.
for the shoot, and with all the chroma setup and everything.
I think we are the generation, we saw all the transition.
Yeah.
From a black and white TV to a color television.
Yeah.
Then from shooting on a film to a Super 35 to Super 16 on music videos, and now digital.
Yeah.
You know, so we have seen all the transition. And it's fun. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, upgrade definitely. Upgrade hona chahiye life mein.
Yeah.
We should progress in every way, but in a right way. Not going on someone's shoulder and approaching those things and all that. That should not happen. Like today, I feel very happy. Like today, we have a DOP who's just sitting right in front of me. Was a woman.
Yeah.
Amazing. Feel so happy. हमारे time पे इतना नहीं था.
Yeah.
अच्छा लगता है कि यार there's someone who's achieving, especially a woman, which is in today's woman's world, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I feel great because I've been surrounded by all the women in my life, you know, from my Ammi to my teachers, to my boss, Farah, to my wife, to my sister, everyone. So it feels great to be surrounded by women, you know.
Earlier also on sets, there used to be very limited females working, either a hairdresser or anyone. But now, you know, you see when it's a DOP, in the entire shooting environment, you find a lot of females also coming in and working.
Of course, yeah. पहले बहुत कम होते थे. But जो भी होते थे, वो भी अपने घर पे बेचारे उनके भी हालात ठीक नहीं होते थे, तो you know, उनको भी बड़ा उस चीज से गुजरना पड़ता था. हमने देखा है वो ट्रांजिशन, वो भी देखा है हमने, you know, where all our hair makeup team, you know, especially the women. And now when I see all the DOPs and the editors, and I've worked with everyone, even internationally I've worked with a lot of women DOPs and all that, and big names. And we feel so great. You know, I've seen everyone working from my Bollywood to Hollywood. You know, it's a beautiful transition.
Now I want to ask you about your family.
Yeah.
So, Bolly brothers. I want to know more about Bolly brothers because I know you, Amjad, Imran, Shoaib, Shahrukh, you all 5 brothers are in this industry.
And we have one sister also, Shabnam, who's in New Zealand right now, settled there, enjoying her life.
So I want to know more about Bolly brothers.
I have a beautiful family and I'm a very family person, to be honest. You know, after my work, I just want to go back to my family in terms of my wife, my brothers and sisters, my father, you know. And it feels great because आप उनकी वजह से आज यहाँ पे हो. आप फैमिली के बगैर कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. You know, कुछ भी होगा अगर वही आपको देखेंगे एंड में, you know, दोस्त फिर भी बाद में आएंगे, but family comes first, then friends, you know, and then your well wishers. So I think I've been blessed with a beautiful family, and we all live in peace and harmony. Obviously, सब घर में लड़ाई झगड़े होते हैं, कहाँ सुनी होती हैं, होनी भी चाहिए. It is very important.
Yeah.
अगर सब कुछ हंसी खुशी का माहौल होगा तो मजा क्या आएगा? You know, to hate each other for some time and then get back to your life. Yeah, Bolly brothers happened because मेरे सारे जो भाई हैं, मैं सबसे बड़ा हूँ. उसके बाद में I have
all other 4 brothers and 1 sister.
4 brothers and we have 1 sister. So we call her Bolly sis. But she's not into this field.
But how come your all brothers are together with you in this industry? It just came in naturally, or कि भाई फिरोज भाई है तो हम सबको भी उनके साथ industry join करना है?
I think both the ways. So because I was the first one in the house, which happened, and I think when you see someone elder than you, you feel like following that person. Like आज हम किसी बड़े आर्टिस्ट को देख लेते हैं या जो आप फील्ड में देख लेते हैं, तो आपको लगता है नहीं मुझे ऐसा दिखना चाहिए, मुझे ऐसा करना चाहिए. तो I think they also did the same thing. It was very fascinating.
They started looking
glamour.
up to you.
They started looking up to me. And today, mashallah, they're all individual choreographers.
Wow.
My other brother Amjad, who manages all my work, he's a director also. He does ads. He's directed few ads for jewelry brands. He's done songs for Marathi films. He's done ads. Even Imran, they have their own little bit business also where they're doing furnishing. They're doing some other stuff, you know. And they're doing very good. Shoaib is doing very good in dancing. So he's doing a lot of, you know, traveling and dancing. Shahrukh, who's the youngest, which is your very good friend, Divya, because I'm here because of him. He's doing very good. He's into events. He's the only one who's not dancing. Like he dances in his colleges and all, but as a professional, he is an event company guy. Like, you know, he owns a event company with his friends and he's happy and we're all happy. So I thought, why don't I make a company which is called Bolly Brothers? Because it's Bollywood and they're my brothers. So I compiled it and I said Bolly Brothers. So my choreography name goes as Feroz Khan Team Bolly Brothers. So that is how the Team Bolly Brothers happened. I want to make a legacy, of Team Bolly that people should remember. That's why I made it Team Bolly Brothers.
So how do you mentor your brothers?
I think I don't have to mentor them because whatever they've seen, they achieved. And one day when I saw that they want to do the same thing, they want to follow my path, I asked them, are you okay? Or you really want to do this? And they all said yes. I just help them, show them the way, okay, this is the way you walk past. I never push them for anything. I never supported them कि नहीं किसी को recommend कर दिया कि ये मेरे भाई हैं इनको ले लो. I said मैंने खुद ने खड्डा खोदा, मैंने पानी निकाला, आप भी खड्डा खोदो, आप भी पानी निकालो, मैं help नहीं करूँगा. I will support, I will not help in terms of कि you have to go through my letter or कि आप फिरोज के भाई हो तो करो. No. शोएब को काफ़ी सालों बाद, my 4th number brother, उसको काफ़ी सालों बाद पता चला लोगों को कि he's my brother. When they saw me on the set and all that. So even when we working together, we don't behave that we are brothers to each other, and they behave like my assistants. A lot of projects, they worked on me as an assistant. They've danced in my videos, they've danced in my songs, they've managed my work. And when there's a big project, they all come together and they work, but we never tell people that we are brothers working together on a project. I behave as a boss everywhere. So, yeah.
So you made them, create their own individual identity as well.
Definitely.
So any project, like you all 5 brothers work together, and that's a core memory for you.
Actually, a lot of projects we've worked together. But last year in 2024, the most beautiful thing happened. An international project came to me, and it was for an Arabic music video with a great singer from Egypt, and a very famous person. I won't take the name right now because it's all unreleased. And was supposed to shoot in Saudi Arabia, and we wanted to go to Umrah also. So it all just happened. It just fell in place. And then we all came on that project. So I said, if I go to Saudi, we'll shoot, I'll get to go to see Mecca, we'll go and do the Umrah, which is a beautiful thing, for a Muslim family to do that, to perform that. And it was such a beautiful thing. So all came onto the show. Only my younger brother, because he's not part of the dancing. I said, I'm going to call you over there on the last day when we finish the shoot. We'll all go together after the shoot and we'll perform for a 1 week Umrah over there. And that was the most beautiful thing I did. I wanted my sister to be there also, but because she lives in New Zealand and she couldn't make it. But inshallah, that's the dream.
Because working in an industry, at times you can't give time to your family. But for you, sometimes it's good, that you're working with your brothers only. So you have your family around you.
Yeah, so I'm lucky that way, to be honest. I'm lucky, and if I feel that I want to be surrounded by them and I can get them on a project, I definitely do that. So it just happens,
When you all brothers are working on a particular project, I'm sure you must be having some creative differences, in terms of the shoot or the choreographing style. So how do you guys tackle that?
Unki zyada saying nahi hai because I'm the boss with them, right? So unki zyada saying nahi, but I take their views and point. But my second number brother Amjad, who's like, he's very straightforward. If he won't like anything, he will say it on my face. And he comes in a polite way, not in a wrong way. And so then I have to explain him. So see, everyone has a different vision. Everyone has a different vision altogether. Jo hisab se main dekh raha hu gaane ko, his point of view and my point of view will be completely different. But if I feel what his point of view, it's not matching with mine, I have to make him understand, or he has to make me understand. So sometimes there are differences on the set कि नहीं मुझे लग रहा है ये ठीक नहीं है, ऐसा कर सकते हैं क्या? Because they are working with me on a project. So sometimes I feel कि नहीं ये सही बोल रहे, तो I said I'll consider that. Or if I feel that no, I don't want to consider what are you saying, so I'll bluntly say that, okay, no, I don't think so, but I give them a reason. So there has to be a reason. A lot of creative differences happens on the set with assistants also. It's not just with my brothers, it's with my assistant also. Even sometimes when I'm working with my wife, she's a creative director, she's a director. She works as a producer, I work as a director on a project. So there is a creative difference where she puts something across and I feel, okay, fine, this is right, or this is not wrong. So we try to explain each other, we explain what is the reason behind this.
So how is it, like, are you more comfortable working with your family? At times, I'm sure you must be working with other outsiders, assistants and all also. So what is more flexible for you, working with the team where you have within your family or, you know?
No, it's a very transparent answer because definitely when you're working with outsider, it's a different perspective altogether.
Correct.
You know, when you're working with the family, you don't know anything bad to happen, you know, sometimes because you have to deliver a job in one day sometime. Now, though, most of the projects are like one day project.
Yeah.
Though it's ad, though it's songs, most of my famous songs from films are like one day songs. So it becomes very difficult to execute in one day. But now we know. I know the tricks and the, like, not me. A lot of choreographers, a lot of directors are doing. It's not only me. But I think with the outsiders is better because there are no differences. Because आपको घर साथ में जाना है, एक दूसरी शक्ल देखनी है. So we don't want that 2 days to not talk to each other. But automatically कभी हो जाता है, you know, you come on a project together and it just happened. And after shoot, so we are same. We, even when I'm working in my own production, I have a own production house also called SFJ. You know, where my wife is producing and my son Jeet is there. He's producing and I'm directing. So when we come back home after the work, we are not talking about it. So we leave it on the set and we finish it off.
So in India, dance is such a big form of celebration. Say it's Sangeet for wedding or Visarjan ka dance. Why do you feel like India is so deeply woven with this culture where you have dance in every festival, every celebration?
I think we should be happy to know that because we're living in a country where everyone is, you know, different culture, different festivals, so much of colors, so many things are happening. It's only happened in India, right? It doesn't happen around the globe. I've traveled so much. I've never seen this. So many dances. There are so many folk dances. Now we have adapted the West a lot. Now the West are taking from us.
Yes.
So that is the main thing. So I think we should be thankful to all our ancestors, I would say, because उन्होंने सब करके गए हैं, सारे actors, mentors and all that. So I think we're doing great. We're participating in international pageant and we're doing so much, you know, all thanks to, because we're Indians and we're happy and proud Indians.
So you feel dance can really strengthen the bond in the family?
For sure. It happened with me because I feel today I'm happy because of dancing. I feel I'm positive because of dancing. There's so much of positive come because of dancing. So now you see in a film song, you see sad song, you see happy song. Why Bollywood dance so much in a sad song? And why today kids are dancing in reality show on sad song and happy song? Because through dancing, they can emote the expressions. You know, dancing is an expression. You emote through dancing. You know, you emote everything through dancing. And dancing, I would say, it's the medicine. And it worked for me. I still feel that, you know, if I dance for some time, like for example, you're dancing for a friend's wedding, you feel so happy. You just want to dance. You see, I remember there used to be Nasik Dhol, you know, आज भी है Nasik Dhol, जब हमारे टाइम में बजते थे. You cannot sit in one place. And I bet you, even person who doesn't want to like dancing, he's dancing within. You know, inside, there's a beat
if you
going
don't
on.
know dance, I think Ganpati Visarjan dance is
Ganpati
something
Visarjan is the best example because
Yeah.
people love it. The kind of dhol tasha happens. Nasik dhol, हमारे टाइम पे संदल निकलते थे, अभी भी निकलते हैं, but जो पहली बात थी अभी नहीं है रही बात. You know, dhol tasha सारे digital हो गया है. People are playing on their phones, mobiles, everything. पहले तो live music पे हम करते थे. Orchestra कितना fun होता था. You know, I think we should give credit to all our people in the past.
What role do you feel is dance playing when it comes to, you know, family well-being?
Family well-being. Dancing is playing an important role because nowadays all the parents want their kids to dance. I know a lot of families, a lot of parents, I won't take the name, but yeah, a lot of big names also. Now the kids have become very famous and big and they're doing so well. In the beginning when they were doing, I was one of the person, they came up to me and they asked me. For me, I think I don't allow my family kids, like, you know, my brother kids, my sister kids to come in this line. Not right now. I said, let them be 18 first. Let them decide what they want to do. I don't want them, like today, obviously, हर बच्चों का माँ बाप का वो होता है कि हम ad में जाएंगे, हम गाने में जाएंगे, हम कुछ करेंगे. But मैंने रुका के रखा अपनी family के बच्चों को, you know, कि नहीं अभी नहीं करना बेटा. आप पहले 18 साल के हो जाओ, आप खेलो कूदो, जो करना है करो. You know, the way we grew up, I feel so happy. That's why today I'm a happy man. You know, I want also. थोड़े साल उनको भी प्रॉब्लम हुई कि यार हमें करने नहीं दिया. But when they turn 18, it's their choice. मैं उनको ले जाऊंगा. अगर तब तक मैं इंशाल्लाह रहा, अगर उन्होंने मुझसे पूछा कि ताऊ या मामू हमें एक ऐड दिला दो, कर दो, मैं डेफिनेटली उनके लिए ट्राई करूंगा. Because I also want them to see, you know, this side of the world. But not right now, because right now when they're in their age where they're learning, they're getting educated, and they're getting family values. I want them, you know, to be subtle and go slow. And they've not, even their parents, mother and father, have never forced me. Or they never said, you know, we want our kids. Why are you saying no to it? They also know, you know, whatever I'm saying is right, because the industry is not bad. It's the kid who are just growing up. Let them grow, no? Let them grow. I work with a lot of kids. I also don't feel great when I'm working with them, because I know they're cranky, they've not slept, they've not eaten properly. अभी तो बहुत systematic हो गया. हमारे टाइम पे जब बच्चे ads कर रहे थे, मैंने देखा है उनको. The kind of behavior they had on set with their elders. Sometimes I used to feel irritated. Why this kid at the age of...
There are parents who literally push their kids to come on camera.
Yeah.
And even for kids, it's difficult. They are juggling between their studies, schooling, plus camera.
It's a lot of pressure for kids. It's a lot of pressure. And today's kid, because everything has become social media, everyone wants to become overnight star, everyone wants to become an influencer. So बच्चों को अगर हम नहीं रोकेंगे तो कौन रोकेगा? मैं नहीं बोल रहा हम रोको बच्चों को, उनको कराइए, आप उनकी छुट्टियों में कराइए. जैसे कि when people call me कि यार अभी बच्चों की छुट्टियों के मतलब हाँ, I will give you numbers of people of the classes and all that. आप डालिए ना उनको जहाँ पे छुट्टी हो. जब एकेडमिक शुरू हो जाती है ना, एकेडमी एक बार शुरू हो गई आपकी, उनके एनुअल एग्जाम्स आ गए, आप रोक दो. बिकॉज क्या है ना, उनको पढ़ने दो, उनको खेलने दो. आज मैं अपने घर में माई नेफ्यूज एंड नीस एंड ऑल दैट, उनको मोबाइल भी आई हैव टेकन अवे फ्रॉम देम, इवन देयर पेरेंट्स, बिकॉज आई एम वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट विद दैट, बिकॉज आई नो व्हाट किड्स आर गोइंग थ्रू राइट नाउ, व्हाट मेंटल स्टेट. आप कीजिए, आप छुट्टी में कीजिए ना. आप जब 2 महीने की छुट्टी पड़ती है, दिवाली की छुट्टी पड़ती है, आप उसमें कीजिए एज अ हॉबी. बट लॉट ऑफ पीपल उनको डांसिंग में ना करियर बनाना. ऐसे डांसिंग में कोई करियर नहीं बनता. हम भी डांसिंग में करियर बनाने नहीं आते, जस्ट हैपेंड. आप कुछ एक्टर्स बनो, आप सिंगर बनो, कोई म्यूजिशियन बनो. डांसिंग कर रहे हो ठीक है आज, बिकॉज डांसिंग सारा प्लेटफॉर्म में बड़ा हो गया. इट्स अ ब्यूटिफुल थिंग, बट डोंट मेक इट अ प्रोफेशन, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट फॉर मी. बाकियों की राय मुझे नहीं पता.
You see lot of parents, because of this reel culture and everything, they want to showcase their kids, you know, performing and posting their pictures, their reels, their dancing videos. At times it becomes very pressurizing for kids also, you know, कि अरे बेटा, you have seen that, you know, when you have guests at home, they would just tell him, अच्छा perform in front of, नाच के दिखाओ.
Thank God मेरे साथ कभी नहीं हुआ ऐसा. हमारे साथ कभी नहीं हुआ, और ना मैं चाहता मैं अपने घर में जो बच्चे हैं उनको कभी हमने किया बेटा आप कोई इस पे करते हो कि कराते हो, नहीं, वो भी नहीं. बिकॉज जैसा देखेंगे वैसे बच्चे वो करते हैं. तो जैसा अगर मैंने उनको रखा है, ऐसा नहीं, उनको मैं घुमाने ले जाता हूँ. उनके पेरेंट्स उनको घुमाने ले जाते हैं, उनको अच्छा जो भी उनको चाहिए मिलता है, सब कुछ है, यू नो. पिक्चर भी हम ले जाते हैं, जो उनके सर्टिफिकेशन में पिक्चर्स होती हैं, यू नो, वो भी दिखाने ले जाते हैं हम. एनिमेशन फिल्म्स, कार्टून फिल्म्स, बट जहाँ तक उनको सारी फ्रीडम देते हैं हम, ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं देते. उनको जो चाहिए वो भी मिलता है, बट पढ़ाई कीजिए पहला, बिकॉज मुझे पता मैंने क्या किया लाइफ में. पेरेंट्स को काफी मैंने तकलीफ दी, अम्मी को, कि नहीं पढ़ूंगा, फिर मैंने पढ़ा नहीं, यू नो. तो मुझे भी तकलीफ है कि नहीं यार, they should not follow the same.
Reach a certain age, and then make your mind set and decide what you want to do in your future.
शूट पे मैं उनको कभी कभी बुला भी लेता हूँ, ताकि ऐसा भी नहीं लगे कि यार हम कीपिंग देम कम्प्लीटली अवे. जब वो मेरी कोई BTS देखते हैं, कोई वीडियो की, या कोई देखता हूँ ये है, कभी मुझे उन्होंने फोर्स है कि हमको इनका ऑटोग्राफ ला दो, या हमें इनके फोटो खींचना है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. मैं उनको दिखाता हूँ कि देखो आपके फादर, आपके ताऊ जो मैं हूँ, क्या करते हैं सेट पे, हाउ वी अर्न मनी, वेयर दिस मनी कम फ्रॉम, यू नो, हम कहाँ से पैसा लेके आ रहे हैं घर में, वो देखो. दिस इज अ क्राफ्ट, दिस इज कितनी मेहनत लगती है. फिर वो क्वेश्चन भी पूछते हैं रात को, ताऊ आप ऐसा कर रहे थे, आप देख रहे थे, आप चिल्ला रहे थे, आप भाग रहे थे, आप ये कर रहे थे, वो कर रहे थे. बेटा बहुत मेहनत लगती है, हर काम में लगती है. फिर भी हम तो एसी में बैठते हैं. जो ऊपर तराफे पे बेचारा जो लाइट लगा रहा है, लाइट मैन है, जो स्पॉट दादा जो हमें चाय पिला रहे हैं, उनकी क्या हालत होती है, वो आप देखो ना. तो उनको सारा वी गिव देम दोज इनसाइट. मैं अपनी फैमिली के बच्चों को तो देता हूँ 100%, प्लस मैं अपने फ्रेंड्स के बच्चों को भी बोलता हूँ. आई एम श्योर देयर आर लॉट ऑफ फैमिली जो मुझे पसंद भी नहीं करती हो, कि ऐसा मुझे लगता है कि मैं उनको ब्लंटली आंसर देता हूँ कि नहीं सॉरी आई वोंट बी एबल टू हेल्प यू इन दिस, आई विल गिव यू द नंबर, आई विल गिव यू सजेशन, बट मैं खुद नहीं कर पाऊंगा ये. यू नो, आप अपने वीडियो में ले लो, इसमें ले लो, उसमें ले लो.
No, but it's good that you are inculcating this value manners in the kids from the very childhood level.
मैं उनको बता देता हूँ, बट फिर भी पेरेंट्स को लाने होता है तो मैं उनको नंबर देता हूँ, ये कोऑर्डिनेटर है, ये प्रोड्यूसर है, आप इनसे बात कर लीजिए मेरे रेफरेंस पे. बट अगर मुझे पर्सनली बोलोगे तो मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा. यू नो, कि अगर वो हम वैसे भी हम कोऑर्डिनेटर्स को ही बोलते हैं, रिक्वायरमेंट देते हैं कि यार इतने चाहिए. यू नो, मैंने खुद अपने वीडियो में, ऐसा नहीं कि मैंने भी नहीं किया, मैंने बुलाया बिकॉज वो रिक्वायरमेंट है उस चीज का कि नहीं हमको एक ही चाहिए. बट जब काफी डायरेक्टर्स करते हैं, दे टेक रियली गुड केयर ऑफ द किड्स ऑन द सेट. उनको अभी तो बिकॉज सिस्टमैटिक मैंने बताया ना, पहले थोड़ा काफी उलझने होती थी. आवर्स ऑफ टाइमिंग वाज डिफरेंट, लाइक 18 घंटे 20 घंटे 22 घंटे. अभी तो 12 घंटे बच्चों के लिए 8 घंटे ऐसा कर दिया है, और उनको प्रॉपर एक रूम मिलेगा, सब कुछ मिलेगा. तो वो सारी चीजें करने के बाद में ना आज लाइक इवन व्हेन आई
there's certain protocol and everything that has been followed now.
अभी भी जब मैंने एक वीडियो में एक बच्ची को लिया था, मैंने वीडियो में आई मेड देम डांस. जैसे उनका शॉट खत्म होता था, मैंने नहीं सेट पे नहीं बैठोगे, आप अपने वैनिटी पे जाओगे, रिलैक्स करोगे, आप आधा घंटा सोओगे, मैं आपको आधे घंटे के बाद बुलाऊंगा. बट डोंट linger around on set and taking pictures and meeting people. It's not good. Go back to your room. Go, you want to play game with your mom. You want to talk to your father. Do all that. Don't be on the set 24/7. When it's required, I'll call you. So मैंने अपने हिसाब से systematically जो मुझे लगता है, I do it.
So, as we speak about family well-being, mental health, I wanted to connect dance and mental health. So, in your life, did you find dance as a escape from your stress, anxiety? Did it help you? Because a lot of therapists these days, they suggest in terms of workout, go dance, your music. So does dance really help for a person's mental well-being?
आज की ज़माने में हो गया, आज के ज़माने में during my time I don't remember कि मुझे कोई स्ट्रेस हुआ था मुझे डांसिंग करने में. नहीं, मैंने कभी, maybe because I grew up as a dancer, it never occurred me that I'm depressed so I want to dance and all that. No, because I've always been going and dancing and performing. Even when I was doing Dance India Dance as a judge, we used to perform a lot. I used to go to America, I used to go to a lot of countries or any cities in India. We used to perform there. It's not that we're just going and sitting on a judge chair and mentoring the kids and all that. I used to be on set mentoring the kids and to understand how are they doing this. I also want to learn, because for me it was the first time for me to do reality in terms of that level. So मैं सेट पे जाता तो मुझे बोला जाता था कि नहीं आप प्लीज जाइए, रेस्ट कीजिए, आपको कल शूट करना है. नहीं, आई वांट टू सी दिस किड्स आर ओके, आर दे स्लीपिंग ऑन टाइम, दे नॉट. Z used to take good care of all the kids and all, but as a mentor I also need to understand the body language. I need to understand the mental health. तो मुझे लगता था कि यार ये बेचारे बहुत कम उम्र के बच्चे कुछ स्मॉल सिटीज से आए हैं, टाउन से आए हैं, तो मेरा फर्ज बनता है कि नहीं मैं इनको कुछ उनके फैमिलीज के बारे में बताऊं कि नहीं बेटा आप आए हो, जस्ट मेक श्योर दैट यू फोकस इन हेल्थ. तो मैं उनको सुबह घुमाने भी ले जाता था बीच पे, एज एन वॉक पे ले जाता था, ताकि वो एक ही कमरे में 3 महीना बंद हो के नहीं, जब तक कंपटीशन नहीं खत्म होता. 2 महीना 1 महीना जो भी, जब वो निकल जाते थे अपने घर वापस लौट जाते थे. बट जो बच्चे आखिरी तक जा रहे हो तो हमें 2-3 महीने का प्रोसेस होता है. सो दे केप्ट इन अ नाइस प्लेस इन अ बंगलो वेयर they've been provided food and accommodation properly and कार उनको छोड़ने ड्रॉप करने आती थी. तो बट इस बीच में आई यूज्ड टू मेंटर देम इन टर्म्स ऑफ टेकिंग देम आउट for a dinner in the night or morning walk at the beach, doing exercise and all. तो mental health, because मुझे लगता था कि अभी के बच्चों को और माँ बाप को कि अपने बच्चों को इतनी दूर, खास करके लड़कियाँ आई हैं, ओडिशा से, दिल्ली से, इधर उधर से. there are a lot of examples and today those kids माशाल्लाह doing so well because उन्होंने अपना mental state अच्छा रखा है, हेल्थ अच्छी रखी है, उनकी फैमिली ने उनको सपोर्ट किया. मैंने तो उसे मेंटर अपने टाइम पे की थी कि नहीं बेटा ऐसा करो. टुडे आल्सो व्हेन दे कॉल एंड आस्क मी फॉर माय गाइडेंस, आई एम देयर फॉर देम. आई जो मेरे रीच में, जो मुझे लगता है, जो मैं अपने लिए फॉलो करता हूँ, आई सजेस्ट देम. आई सेड आपको लगता है ठीक है तो कीजिए, नहीं है तो प्लीज, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु विल सजेस्ट.
So it's not just dancing, practicing. They don't overwork out in terms of draining their body. But
ऐसा नहीं कि आप डांसिंग करोगे तो आपका स्ट्रेस चला जाएगा. तो जब तक आप बात नहीं करोगे ना आपकी किसी सामने वाले बंदे से, अपने दोस्त से या अपनी फैमिली अम्मी से या आपके वालिद से या आपके बेस्ट फ्रेंड से या आपके किसी बंदे से या बंदी से जो आपको लगता है बहुत क्लोज है आपके, टिल यू डोंट टॉक एंड यू डोंट pour योर हार्ट आउट ना, वो स्ट्रेस लेवल जाएगा ही नहीं. बिकॉज डांसिंग तो आप सिर्फ डांस कर रहे हो ना, आप सिर्फ फीलिंग गुड. बट जब तक आप दिल की चीजें बाहर नहीं, डांसिंग में आप बात नहीं करते हो ना, डांसिंग में तो आप सिर्फ माइम कर रहे हो या तो आप सिर्फ म्यूजिक पे झूम रहे हो. वो स्ट्रेस और वो एंजाइटी तब जाएगी जब आप वो चीज़ को बाहर निकालोगे, आप उसको दुनिया में बोलोगे कि यार मेरे साथ ऐसा हो रहा है, मैं क्या करूँ. आप किसी का सजेशन लोगे तभी वो जाएगा. That's what I feel.
So now that you told me about this entire journey in DID, like the way you were mentoring the kids.
Yeah.
So how do you explain this to parents, you know, kids shouldn't dance just for fame. They should enjoy dancing in a form of joy.
Yeah, there are a lot of ways, to be honest. Take it as a hobby.
Yeah.
Take it as to feel happy. Sometimes, और जैसे मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले कहा कि आप छुट्टियों में अगर आपके ज़्यादा टाइम है, आप 2 महीने क्लासेस, you can put yourself into a lot of activities. And dancing is such a thing that कि आप एक अच्छा गाना लगाओ and you just dance it out. Like कोई आपको देख नहीं रहा है, you just dance and you just feel happy about it. So उससे क्या mental health भी अच्छी होती है. People take it as therapy also. Like nowadays people use it like Zumba, काफी चीजें आ गई हैं, aerobics आ गई हैं. So डांस को उन्होंने एक फॉर्म बनाया है ताकि they feel happy. You burn out calories.
You release
sweat it out.
good
You release,
energies.
And you just feel happy. You breathing properly. You know all your muscles are activated in your body. You know, from head to toe. You're just having fun. Your facial, when you're smiling, or if you're doing a sad song and you're expressing all your muscles are being stretched out properly. And it'll end of the day, it'll help you only. It's not going to give any negative effect. You know, it'll good for your body. You can keep it as an exercise. You can keep it as a hobby. You can keep it as your daily, regime, like, routine. के यार मुझे आज में आधा घंटा डांस करना है. I want to just feel good and happy. You know. Or if you feeling sad or heart broke, just put a sad song and cry it out.
Yeah.
When you're crying, you also releasing all the toxin out of your body, you know.
So when you term this a happy home, a happy family, you feel there is music, joy, dancing. It's the wholesome environment that you find in such cases.
नहीं, मैं ये नहीं बोलता कि मैं अपनी फैमिली में म्यूजिक लगा के भी happy.
No, not in general. Like,
see, in general, you should be happy. You know, when you go home, you talk. अगर कुछ problem है तो आप बात कीजिए. You know, and understand कि there's a problem. Problem क्यों है? You know, there are a lot of examples in the houses where people want to talk it out and there is no one to listen.
They don't communicate with each other.
So जो घर के बड़े होते हैं, because अभी ज़माना बदल गया है, time has changed. You need to understand if that person is going through something. जैसे अभी काफ़ी आपने देखा होगा कोविड पैंडेमिक के बाद में अभी भी लोग उभरे नहीं हैं, अभी भी लोग उभर रहे हैं. हम तो चलो फिर भी we surface back to what we were doing, but there are a lot of people who are still there. I know a lot of people. जो अभी तक they have not come out of it. They're still crying and they're still howling because सब कुछ चला गया उनका. आज भी वो बस यही है कि किसी ने उनको सपोर्ट किया हुआ है तो बेचारे they're surviving. So I think you should always reach out to this kind of people and ask them, are you okay? अगर आपके पास financially कुछ मदद करने के लिए नहीं, at least you can talk it out. Morally you can just talk it out and ask them. अगर 2 मिनट 5 मिनट अगर किसी का आप बैठ के बात कर लो अच्छे से ना, that person will feel good. You know, I think you should do that. I do it. Wherever I feel, मैं सामने से आके पूछ लूँगा. Are you okay? Are you going something? You know, sometimes when you feel आपके दिमाग में कोई आता है कि मेरा कोई दोस्त है जिससे मैंने 2 महीने बात नहीं की है. Let me just call and find out from him or her. Okay, is she okay? Is he okay? Do that. Don't think about it. Just do it. I do it. I have a lot of friends all over the world, all over India, in Mumbai city. मुझे ऐसा लगता है तो मुझे I just message, are you okay? Hi, I just wanted to say hi. You know, I've started doing it, especially after pandemic.
In this entire COVID phase also, you see everyone staying at home. They've just made reels, dancing videos, cooking videos. That was something which everyone did indoor. You know, that was a form of entertaining yourself.
Correct.
And just being lively, being in the 4 doors. Yeah.
It was a good question actually. I did it. I not made reels. Definitely I didn't make reels. I made something very beautiful for everyone, including me. And all thanks to my wife because she came up with the thought one day and she told me, you're a creative person, Feroz. Why don't you come up with something where people, it was just start of pandemic. And we got to know that, okay, abhi काफी चीजें शुरू नहीं होंगी, अभी बहुत लंबे तक गया है. A lot of people are dying and a lot of people are sad and unhappy and crying. My own brother, Amjad, Imran, especially Amjad, he's went out to people and helped, giving rations to people who couldn't come out of their houses. So he made special permissions to go and reach out to people in small areas जहाँ पे लोगों को राशन नहीं मिल रहा था and all that. So he was doing from his side with few friends. And then I was thinking, मैं क्या करूँ? मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. Then I was getting to know a lot of dancers are going into sadness. They are like crying. A lot of people have lost their lives and पता नहीं क्या होगा, पैसे नहीं, ये नहीं होगा. हमारे पास भी जो सर्वाइविंग के लिए था सेविंग्स वही यूज कर रहे थे. क्या करें, कुछ नहीं करें, ये करें, क्या करें. Wife said, why don't you come up with something? You have so much creativity in your head. Why don't you get all your choreographers together and do something? I said, yeah, this is such a good idea. So I started penning down things. Then I got in touch with all the top choreographers from my industry, from Remo to Ganesh sir, a lot of people, Shabina, Royal, Bosco, Caesar. I reached out to everyone. I said, I want to do something, for our community, like Bollywood community, and for the people, that let's not feel sad or feel unhappy, or let's just stay happy and together. So I wrote something, and it took me a month, to be honest, to pen down everything and to create everything. It took me 1.5 months then to even execute. So within a month and a half or two, I made it happen. I had to make a reference and send it to them. This is how it's going to look. So I made that, and then I clubbed in, just sitting at home because we could not go out of the houses. Yeah. So I sat in my own house, sent message to everyone. They supported me, but it took me like that 30-60 days, whatever, And then I made that video, and I just called my journalist friend. I said, yeah, I have no money to put in, but I want this to reach out to people. Will you help me? बोले I'll just put it. I don't know it will work or no, but अगर work किया तो अच्छा है. But बोला मेरे पास पैसे नहीं देने के लिए, because this is nothing I'm doing, officially or anything. बोले no, we'll do it.
So what was the video about?
So it was a video where I wanted all the dancers, especially because मुझे उस वक्त पता चला था कि a lot of dancers are. Some are trying to commit suicide.
It was a struggling phase for everyone. Yeah.
And they were just sad, and a lot of people are crying, and they don't have any motivational talk. So I said, what if I tell all my choreographer friends who are big and say कि यार हम अपने घर में एक वीडियो बनाते हैं 30 second का dancing. Just imagine a choreographer dancing in his house. So normally you don't see choreographers dancing, right? Like Master Ji, now you started seeing because of the reels.
Reels, yeah, because of the reel culture.
Till pandemic तो कुछ था ही नहीं है. आपको सिर्फ अगर हम रियलिटी पे काम कर रहे हैं DID जैसे शो पे, तो आप दिख जाए मेंटर उठ के डांस कर रहे हैं. अदरवाइज वो नहीं मिला. अगर ये एक वीडियो बनाऊं मैं, and then in the end of the video we'll have like a passing the parcel of the mask. या mask पहनो, and the tagline was wear a smile over your mask. That was the thing कि अगर आप मास्क ही पहनोगे तो ये आंखें should smile, so you feel that you're smiling. तो मास्क लगाने के बाद पता नहीं चलता you're smiling or you're sad. You always look sad, but if you smile inside within you, then wear a smile over your mask. Was my tagline. Then I did a passing the bus. If I wear a mask, I take another mask and hand it over to another choreographer. So I joined it like this, and it became a chain. And we did that video. So I had to say, okay, Master Ji, आप ना left camera से आप mask लोगे. Bosco will take from the right camera, and then Bosco will, Caesar will throw from the top. I will hold it. So pura, because of this is all technical terms. Yeah. And my wife written some beautiful notes in the beginning, just to motivate all the people, because she's a writer. So she wrote, and I add on few things into it, and then clubbed all these dance videos. Just imagine Shabina Khan dancing in a house on a famous song. Master Ji, Bosco, Remo, they all made videos for me and sent it. So I clubbed in a video and made like a nice 2.5 minute का कुछ वीडियो था वो, या 2 मिनट का था. वो मैंने डाला, और सब कोरियोग्राफर्स के नाम डाले उसमें, और मैंने बोला भाई ये है मेरे पास, ये डाल दो. उन्होंने डाला, and I think more than 200 media houses picked up that story.
And they published.
And it came on Star News. And I was shocked, and one day my friend said, this is within like a week's time, it spreaded like wildfire. And he said, Feroz, it became big, and Star News wanted to put on their channel as a news. I said, please go ahead. People loved it. I got a lot of calls. Then I got a call from a very big college in Mumbai that, we would like to collaborate with you and do something for a college. So I said, I'll come up with some plan and all. So I thought again. I started feeling good about it. And then a lot of people called me to say thank you very much, and like, it really helped, and feels so great to see okay, you guys are dancing in your houses and you made a small message which is so beautiful, nice. I felt good. So I said, why not let's spread it all over now, So then I called up the college, and then I said, if you give me 100 students to make a video sitting at home, I'll make this happen. And literally they gave me 100 students from the college, and I did everything online. We made the video, and there's my editor in Pune. I sent him the material. I said, let's edit this, Pankaj. He edited it, and then we put it again. It became really big again. I said, now I have to take this to international level.
So when the entire world was making reels, you made it with a different concept for your people and by your people.
So I tagged all my international friends. I know the YouTubers, the influencers, whoever I knew in my vicinity in terms of my society of dancing and all. I reached them. I said, I want to make it international. So if I'll make a chain. So if I send you, for example, someone from America, I said, you just tag this tagline and say, Where a Smile Over a Mask, and initiated by Bollywood choreographers or whatever. He said, yeah. So I started sending them the link. They started making a chain, and then it became international also. So it really helped, and I felt I did something. So I didn't make any dance video. I didn't make any,
typical reel content, but you made something out of it.
There was some photography event also which happened, and I happened to click some nice pictures from my terrace about a sunset, or my two, niece and nephews sitting under a blanket one night quietly and watching an iPad. And I clicked them, and that photograph became viral. So it was for a competition basically. So I did all those things. But I didn't dance to any reels or any.
But the concept that you told me, that was a good initiative for your people. So you have directed top Bollywood actors. So how your journey has been choreographing them, dealing with them on sets. So what is the first step, like when it comes to directing this A-list actors? How do you plan this?
So basically the planning happened when I was a background dancer, because I got to learn the body language while how my boss used to understand the body language. So एक चीज मैंने सीखी थी कि अगर किसी पे चीजें थोपो मत, अगर आपके पास टाइम नहीं है ना, don't push things on others. उनकी जो strength है ना, आप उसको strength को निकालिए, उनकी जो अच्छाई है उस पर निकालिए, उसको strength बनाइए, and then put it across. That's what I learned from my boss. कि नहीं यार, आप उनको ये मत कि अगर आप वो बेचारा ब्रेक डांसर नहीं, आप उसको ब्रेक डांस, जो बेचारा बॉलीवुड डांस कर रहा है और सीधा आप उसको फिर कंटेम्प्रेरी दे रहे हो, तो इट्स अ प्रोसेस, बिकॉज आप सीधा जंप कर रहे हो, उसकी बॉडी में आएगा नहीं, बिकॉज इट्स अ लॉन्ग प्रोसेस टू लर्न थिंग्स. नाउअडेज हमें बोला जाता है कि नहीं, आप ये बॉलीवुड डांसर है, स्ट्रीट डांसर है, आप इसको कंटेम्प्रेरी बना दो. सर नहीं हो पाएगा इतनी जल्दी. हाँ, आप टाइम दीजिए, महीना 2 महीना करते हैं काफी लोग. ऐसा नहीं कि इंडस्ट्री में लोग नहीं, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ पीपल. आई ऑल्सो वर्क इन दैट वे कि नहीं यार, मुझे टाइम दोगे ना तो हम ये कर पाएंगे, अदरवाइज तो ये नहीं हो पाएगा, बिकॉज वो लगेगा नहीं.
बट यू हैव कोरियोग्राफ्ड सो मेनी एक्टर्स, बट देयर माइट बी टाइम्स like some actor who must have not performed a particular dance form, and you made them try, and that turned out to be extremely well. Is there any experience as such?
Actually देखा जाए तो ऐसा काफी कुछ, जैसे Ra.One was the film with Shahrukh bhai, Shahrukh sir, he had called me to do Ra.One, so I did most of the songs from the film except for 2 songs. Criminal and Chamak Chalo was not by me, it was Ganesh Hegde who's done the choreography, but rest all the song I was part of, and I have designed it. Dildara and all that. So उसमें छोटे-छोटे sequence थे where he's playing football with his kid, with his son. And there was a sequence where he has to act like break dancing and all that. So whatever you give it to SRK sir, he's amazingly talented. Whatever you give him, he will do it with such an ease. He practices on set. He doesn't come for rehearsal, but on set he practices. And the kind of emotion, it looks as if like he's been learning for so many days or weeks. So I think that one actor will always say that whatever you give him, obviously we've not tried contemporary or hip hop, whatever, but whatever I've tried in this thing, even the video Kaur Bole Jeet Bole, KKR Night Rider, the second season video, I was part of it, where he's wearing a sling in his arm, like because his hand was broken, his shoulder was broken, but still he wore and he danced throughout with my dancers bare body in summer. I remember I was shooting that song in March. I was part of directing that song with my friend Devin, and I've designed the entire choreography. and he did it so well. It was like a tribal song, Korbo Korbo Jeet Bole, that song, the second season.
So how's your experience working with Shah Rukh sir? He's immensely hardworking, and you give it to him like to do something, he'll just do it, till he succeeds doing it.
Yeah, he is. Because I've worked as an assistant I've danced and assisted on all his projects, Farah Khan's project. So I've seen him, doing all that. So there were times when I was doing ads with him as a individual choreographer, films with him. It just became so easy for me because he knew me personally. Then I knew him personally. But there was almost like respect or a scare hota tha set pe. But he never makes you feel that, you're working for the first time with him. He always makes you feel so special. With anyone, not even with me. Even if he's working with a new director or a choreographer, he'll never throw his weight on them. He will be so calm, so patient. In fact, वो आपको सामने से advice ही देंगे अच्छा कि नहीं बेटा उसको ऐसा नहीं ऐसा करो, ऐसा नहीं ऐसा करो. I remember I went to.
So how do you handle this? At times, there are a lot of creative differences that happens when it's working with an A-list actor. So how do you manage that?
So I'll tell you what. Good you asked me this because I was just going to say about this only. I remember when I signed for Ra.One, he called me to London. So most of the songs were supposed to shoot in London. Bhare Naina.
Yeah.
All the songs were shot. It was a very sad song with Kareena ma'am and all. So I went to London. So I was there for a month. The songs were spread with the scenes. So I had to stay and then edit the previous songs and I had to stay there. So he kept me in a beautiful suite. And all. He's like, Feroz, you need to be here, beta. And, just come up with something nice. We'll sit down. I remember he was shooting an action sequence the day I landed in London where the cars are flying and he's wearing this whole Ra.One suit. Remember that scene from Ra.One? And I was there. And so he used to wear this suit in the morning and in the end of the day, he used to remove that suit out. He never used to go to the washroom. He never used to eat the entire day. Just water and liquid. That's it. Because if he has a lot of water, he needs to go to the washroom. So he used to be like empty stomach the entire day because his suit was so tight. And he used to put all talcum powder inside. So it used to stick to his body. Just imagine me going there. He's doing the action sequence. I reach there during the lunch break. Everyone's having lunch. He's ordered lunch in his vanity to feed me. And while I'm sitting with sir inside the vanity, he's narrating me the entire film. That's how he is. I didn't need to know the entire film. But he made sure 3 hours, he said, no one's going to disturb me. I'm sitting with Feroz. And while he has a book in his hand, the whole script, it's only him and me, no ADs, no one. And he's narrating me the entire film with wearing that bodysuit. Just imagine, that's SRK sir for you.
That's a dedication.
That's a dedication that man, that's one of the experiences. ऐसे तो बहुत सारे मेरे पास experience, but that one experience I'm talking about. और I'm feeling कि अभी sir आप खाना खा लो या कुछ. No, he narrated me the entire 3 hours film and he's taking me take a break, eat something. And then he's like feeding me, okay, take this. He's just taking one bite, just nibbling on something. And then he's like, no, you eat. So we're sitting and eating together in his vanity. And that's how he prepares you. So it becomes big responsibility. So when I went on the set, I was prepared and then, okay, sir, I have marked these pointers. I think we should do this. Yeah, very good. Feroz, let's add something like this. I remember I was shooting song Dildara. So there were 2 units. So one unit is shooting scene, action sequence with SRK sir in London. And at the second location, next to London Bridge, I'm putting up a shot where Kareena ma'am and SRK comes and I want him to do his typical pose,
his signature
it's a
pose.
Dream for every choreographer to do that or a director.
So apart Shah Rukh sir, like you have worked with everyone, say Kareena Kapoor, Sonam Kapoor, Vicky Kaushal, Katrina Kaif, like Sushant Singh Rajput. You have worked with all the actors. So what is your experience with each one of them?
I think सब जितने भी आपने नाम लिए ना, I loved working with them because उन्होंने मुझे कभी grief नहीं दिया and everyone works so professionally. और मतलब I don't have words. Why I'm saying because मुझे कभी उन्होंने feel ही नहीं कराया कि यार आप क्या कर रहे हो, because मैं prepared था, obviously मेरी team prepared थी. Creative difference भी ऐसा कभी आया नहीं ज़्यादा कि नहीं आप ये मत करो नहीं मैं ये नहीं करूँगी. With big names you just said हुआ ही नहीं कभी. And it became very easy for me because I was well prepared. I believe in homework. जैसे अभी भी मैं कोई गाना करने जाता हूँ या ऐड करने जाता हूँ, मेरा बहुत preparation बहुत होता है. अगर A नहीं हुआ तो B नहीं हुआ तो C. So I have 3 options. तो कभी-कभी हो जाता है कि नहीं ठीक है ये step अगर नहीं आ रहा है, let's change. और मैं बहुत immediately कर भी देता हूँ कि नहीं मैम don't worry, let's do it. You know.
Because when you're choreographing, you know, you are instructing them.
Correct.
You are telling them to do a certain thing.
Yeah.
So how do you match the wavelength with them, you know? Like probably you are telling them, you know, to like you have to probably do like
Correct.
this, you have to act like this. So how do you instruct them?
So basically, if I'm directing a song, if I'm doing a choreography for a song, it's my duty. Whatever vision I have, at least I have to put it on the table in front of my actor. कि मैम सर मुझे लगता है आपको ऐसा करना चाहिए. तो उनको लगता है कि नहीं फिरोज इज राइट, उनको लगता है कि ये स्टोरी के हिसाब से जा रहा है तो दे विल डू इट. उनकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज के हिसाब से जा रहा है तो दे विल डू इट. अगर नहीं हो तो देयर आर टाइम्स जैसे कि नहीं फिरोज मेरे से ये नहीं हो पाएगा, लेट्स चेंज दिस. एंड आई हैव डन इट. इट्स नॉट दैट आई हैव नॉट डन इट. लाइक करीना मैम, यू नो, वी डिड द वेडिंग, सोनम मैम एंड ऑल, लाइक ब्यूटीफुल टू वर्क विद. कि नहीं फिरोज हम लोग अभी ना ये करते वो करते ना करते ना साथ में. सो वी बिकम अ टीम समटाइम्स. कि नहीं सब जो करते हैं हंसी मजाक में चीजें निकल जाती है. देयर आर टाइम्स कि नहीं ऐसा लगता है कि एक बंदे को आ रहा है एक बंदी को नहीं आ रहा है. सो वी नीड टू चेंज ऑल्सो. So there were times Gal Mitte Mitte Bol. All the songs which I've done. So Gal Mitte Bol was the first song where it became a rage कि no शादी में no one do साथ में choreography. Everyone wants to do their own. एक ने पकड़ा, you just need to follow one person. एक ने किया, you just start following up. So we made it happen. कि नहीं चलो ये करते हैं. Everyone start to follow.
Yeah.
Then there was another song with hardcore Johnny Gadar, Move Your Body Baby. So that was a song which is like needed a typical hip hop kind of a song which full on dancing. So that was a different treatment altogether. Hardcore first Bollywood song. She landed from London for the first time on my rehearsal studio and we rehearsed and within 2 days we shot the song in one night. And Shankar Ehsan sir, Loy and sir, all they were there, you know. They're playing music and they're like part of the gangster whole vibe. It turned out to be amazing. So every song has a different feel. Maada Ladla Bigad Gaya from Dostana. The remix one. Not the Here Ma'am का जो song था वो वाला नहीं.
The remix version
of
that.
नहीं, जो end में remix था जहाँ पे John, Abhishek, everyone comes together, Priyanka, they all. So that was a song. It was full Maada Ladla Bigad Gaya. Again, it was a dance, but it was fun. And if you see that song, you feel that all three are together, but they were never together. I've shot individual one day.
Oh, is it?
That's how the creativity comes in. It should look as if they were together because I remember John was shooting for a film, football film. It was Goal, I think.
Yeah, Goal.
He was shooting in America. He came from there. Priyanka is also shooting for something. She came from there to shoot. Then Abhishek was there. You know, so one day, one actor. And we clubbed in together. It looked as if they were together.
Yeah.
So every song is a different treatment.
Yeah.
So Basha's Abhi To Party Shuru Hui, where Sonam was there and she was dancing like a mad woman. It was amazing. It was fun.
In fact, now I see that's the reason, you know, your all songs are so famous and you remember each and every song which you're telling, which you have choreographed. And if you tell me about this experience, we can just go on and we could just have an entire podcast because your journey 30 years in this industry and with every actor. And today I see the songs why they are so much trending because, you know, because of the teamwork. Where you and the actors teamed up and, you know, you all made this output come out in such a beautiful way.
Even Makhna, I did that song Makhna with Sushant Singh. God bless his soul. And Jacqueline. It was fun. अब लोग आपने क्या गाने में किया? But the whole entire screenplay of the song, my friend director Tarun Mansukhani, who's doing Houseful 5 now, dear friend, he's like, Feroz, मुझे गाना करना है drive में Makhna. It's supposed to be like an Instagram story kind of a vibe and they're all having fun. I said, don't worry, I'll make up something and come. I presented him a screenplay कि नहीं ऐसा करते हैं. And he loved it. He's like, हाँ करते करते मजा करेंगे. We had fun shooting. They were like, you see the actual parties happening where you see Sushant enjoying in the club and Jacqueline. We actually were partying and shooting the song. And it was all on a sports camera shooting, like, you know, small camera Sony ke. It was fun. So every song, even Agneepath, it was not romantic. It was a brother-sister song, Abhi Mujh Mein Kahin. It's my song, like, you know, how the brother and sister meet after so many years, how they're going to react to each other. So those moments, to create those moments is a choreography. People are like, तूने वो गाने में क्या किया? उसमें तो कोई डांस नहीं है. It's not about dancing. It's about what you design. What do you go like you and me sitting talking? It's a choreography happening, which is happening between you and me. You asking a question, I'm answering your questions. So it's a choreography which happens, which is happening. And then a lot of song Badrinath with Alia and Varun, Humsafar song. So those are moment songs. So enjoying doing that also. It's not just dancing.
So how is it working with the coming generation of new actors?
Oh, it was great. Like just recently worked with Vicky Kaushal for Happy Fizz. Dream to work with. What a humble gentleman and what an amazing personality. So real, so fantastic. I think all are Bollywood actors. I will never say, maybe logo ka experience alag raha.
As over the years, like the process changed in terms of choreographing and everything.
Yeah, because
compared to the earlier days.
पहले जो हम गाने शूट करते थे वो 3 दिन 4 दिन हमने तो बड़े बड़े करण जौहर सर के गाने भी हमने 10-10 दिन शूट किए हैं because उनके बजट्स वैसे होते थे. आज हमें सिर्फ 2 दिन ज्यादा से ज्यादा बहुत बड़ी फिल्म में तो 2 दिन मिल जाता है. 1 दिन अभी तो एक दिन में मैंने शुरू में गाने एक दिन में किए. Most of the songs, famous songs were one day songs. Because अभी pandemic के अंदर budgets सब चीज़ों के कम हो गए तो every department has, toned down everything. But quality wise it's not gone. क्योंकि quality हमें अच्छी चाहिए. And हम काम करने टाइम पे भी we see कि quality मार नहीं खाए. So we make sure that it's there.
You've been recently directing a lot of music videos also. So how's your experience in that?
Very beautiful because music videos are like 4 minutes, and you need to show a lot of glamour. You need to show, sometimes it's story types, sometimes it's dance. So you show a lot of setups. जितना लंबा गाना ना इतने ज़्यादा setups because आप एक setup को ज़्यादा देर तक तो दिखा नहीं सकते. So मेरा एक ही क्वेश्चन रहता था म्यूजिक कंपनी से, आप गाने छोटे कर दो. बोले नहीं गाना तो 3 मिनट 3.5 4 कोई बनाता है 2.5 2:45, so few music companies, but it's enjoying doing it because again 1 day match एक दिन में because of the budgets, you can't even push them कि 2 दिन करना पड़ेगा. हाँ, जहाँ पे स्कोप है वो दे भी देते हैं, बट जहाँ पे स्कोप नहीं है तो बोलते नहीं एक दिन में कर दो. तो उसकी प्लानिंग बहुत होती है. म्यूजिक वीडियोस की हमें प्लानिंग, लाइक म्यूजिक वीडियो अगेन इज अ फिल्म सॉन्ग, बट फिल्म सॉन्ग ट्रीटमेंट इज कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट देन अ म्यूजिक वीडियो. बिकॉज म्यूजिक वीडियो में आपको एक्स्ट्रा शॉट्स एंड ये वो, एंड फिल्म सॉन्ग्स यू हैव टू बी वेरी प्रिसाइज व्हेन इट्स अ स्टोरी बेस्ड song or the story based film where it's I need to understand the character in the film. So the director narrates a synopsis of the story ke yaar these are the characters, ye aisa hai waisa hai, and then we discuss and then we play along. So the director is there on set for a film where he help you or she will help you. You Feroz, you're going over the board with the character, you're underplaying it, let that character will play like this. I said no problem. So it's easier, it's helpful for a director to be on set. म्यूजिक वीडियोज में you're a director, you're a choreographer. So you tell the music company, okay, ये आप करने वाले हो, आप PDF में आपने बता दिया उनको, आपने एक presentation दे दिया, and then someone from the channel is on set to see if it's everything going smooth, if it's not going over the board or we are underplaying it. So music video treatments are completely different.
Yeah. So you are only narrating the entire story in this entire song.
From the costume to the location, even with the casting also they ask, you have any suggestion? So we definitely give suggestion, and it's their call. End of the day, it's the music company's call, what they would like to do with it.
So from your experience, like you've been shooting since so many years, any fun memory or an emotional memory that you would love to share with your audience?
There are a lot of fun and a lot of emotional memories actually. I have to really think कि बहुत सारी चीजें, मतलब I remember जब मैं हूं ना, I'll go back to my dancing and assisting days where Mehuna was being made. Farah's first film as a debut director. And Geeta and me were the assistants on that project. And we were supposed to travel with 100 boys and girls because all the actors you see in terms of the background and all, they're all dancers, they're all performers. So it was fun to go with them in the train because we had 2 bogies kept just for us to go all the way to Darjeeling till Bagdogra, and then from Bagdogra we traveled to Darjeeling. It was a 1-month schedule, so we had great fun. But yeah, while coming we had to come by flight because Shahrukh bhai was not very happy that Geeta and me came by train. He's like, no, Feroz and Geeta needs to go back by flight. So that was an emotional moment because it was Ma's first film, and we both worked on the film throughout, from the scenes to the songs. And it was a lot of learning experience and a lot of good, happy and sad memories also because it was fun. And for me, with a lot of actors, especially with SRK, Sir had a lot of beautiful memories, which he's really supported me in a lot of things.
So India is a dance-rich country. We have a lot of dance forms over here. Okay, so what do you feel like the Western culture has influence in terms of, other dance forms which we started performing over the years? But now again, people are going back to roots where you see, in fact, in abroad, you see a lot of people are performing our dance forms.
Yeah.
So do you feel somewhere down the line we should inculcate and, let the coming generation learn our dance forms, our culture?
No, I agree with you because I think the new generation should learn what the basic is first, like classical dancing, Bollywood, folk. They definitely should not forget about that because this is how we have progressed in terms of dancing. We have taken dancing to the world map. And America's got talent. You see our Indian crew, a Bollywood crew going there and performing and winning. It is such a big honor. Because in the beginning, like when I started, we adapted a lot of West because there was no social media, there was no experience. We used to see from there, किसी ने CD लेके आया वहाँ से कुछ, so we used to adapt a lot of, through films and through music videos from MTV and Channel V and all. But today, the West is adapting our Bollywood style and learning a lot of classical form. So I think our new generation should definitely do what they're supposed to do in terms of they should adapt Western also. But before, they need to know our roots.
Agree.
Folk, classical, Bollywood especially. They should learn that also and take it further with that.
Today in India, we say every family has this Sangeet function. Which is a part of their wedding celebration. And you have choreographed for some big fat weddings in India. So how was your experience in that?
Oh, that is a different world altogether, to be honest. So I started obviously doing all this billionaires wedding abroad, London, Istanbul, and then Venice. You name it and I'll tell you where. And the families are beautiful. They're big names. Big names means really big name. And the graph is really big in their wedding. Because you feel कि यार ये क्या करे, ऐसा लग रहा है हम actually film बना रहे हैं उन family के साथ में. 1 month of practice, 2 months of practice, then you're flying up and down with the family in the private plane, because they love you so much. You've spent so much of time, you become part of the family. So there are few big billionaire names I have worked with and I feel really privileged because they don't make you feel they're big. They make you part of your family and, and then you love and they call you back again and again. The bhai ki beti ki shaadi ho rahi hai, behan ki bacche ki shaadi ho rahi hai. They make you part of everything because they're beautiful. And I've done a lot. Even in India, I've done a lot of big weddings. And it's been a great... thanks to Bollywood, actually, people have adapted, the families have adapted. Even now, even the middle class, we all do Sangeet and we do functions. And abhi to sari weddings, matlab event ban gaye hamari. Function to rahe nahi. Because all this big weddings and all that. But I think it's a huge way of celebration. It's a huge way of celebration and they spend, ऊपर वाले ने उनको दिया है तो उस हिसाब से spend करते हैं. But today, even when I go for all this middle class wedding with my own, in my own family and all that, I love it because they also want to do it because it feels great. You just want to enjoy. You want to just emote, It just happens. So even in today's Sangeet, half of your songs being played. All those chartbusters, Gal Mitthi Mitthi, Mata Lada. You see all the songs being played in Sangeet. So how do you feel that your songs are being part of anybody's wedding celebration? Oh, it feels beautiful because when someone's doing your step in a wedding and they're enjoying, you feel that happiness on their face. Automatically you feel happy that, okay, chalo, at least I've done something, it's making me happy actually. The person is happy, definitely is happy, but that person is making me happy. That's such a great gift for me. And thanks to Bollywood. I will always thank Bollywood because of that only it happened. So with Instagram and this reel trend, like, you see from kids to grandfather, everyone's dancing. Yeah. So what's your take on this? Yeah, it's all mixed take, to be honest. काफी बार डिबेट भी हुई इस चीज के बातों में, बट मुझे लगता है कि अगर लोग प्रोग्रेस कर रहे हैं तो क्यों नहीं, बट इन अ नाइसर वे, गुड कंटेंट शुड कम आउट. लाइक हम ऐसा नहीं कि हम देखते नहीं, डेफिनेटली रात को तो यही चालू रहता है, दिन भर यही चालू रहता है, यू नो, वी ऑल ऑन दिस थिंग, बट देयर आर कंटेंट व्हिच इज not good, you know, it's not good for kids, it's not even good for your eye, but there are content which you feel good sometimes, you know, people are dancing happy. When I see happy, when I see sad, I don't, because I don't want to see any sad. I definitely, and I don't feel कि नहीं यार इनको नहीं करना चाहिए, नहीं करो, मतलब एक लिमिट में कीजिए आप. और it should happen because even now the elders have something to do, especially I feel happy for them. You know, there are elders who are just sitting at home doing nothing. At least उनके बच्चों ने, उनके grand kids ने उनको कि चलो करते हैं दादी, चलो करते हैं नाना. You know, so at least I'm happy for them, even for the mothers. You know, the housewife and all that. So वो बड़ा देख के माहौल अच्छा, because I'm old school. तो मैं वो सब चीजें तो मुझे बड़ी पसंद है. And even today's generation, what they're doing, I do watch, I do like some, I do comment whoever I know, okay, yeah, you've done good. But there are a lot of influencers I know personally. I don't even share their content because I don't feel the right content to be shared by me. Because then I'm influencing people. Can I watch this? I don't want, because I myself don't want to watch that. Can I know this person and he and she is happy doing that. They're happy in their own world. Stay happy. But I don't want to be part of in terms of promote it. You know, there are a lot of times, sir, promote karo. I said, this content I'm not able to promote because my own audience is different, because I only put my work on my profile. If you see, I don't have much followers, but I never wanted to make reels. I made reels. Not that I've not made reels. I made few. Matlab, I have not made thousands of them or hundreds of them. No, I made very few because I never wanted to. Kabhi bana liya. Koi kaam ka bana liya. You know, otherwise it's only my work.
Yeah. But at times you see the mother-daughter duo, or you see the father-daughter, or see the grandparent and the kids. They are dancing together. We see such viral reels flowing. And does this somewhere strengthen the bond? Maybe through a form of dance.
Definitely. It has helped a lot of family coming together. At least they're talking to each other. They're doing some fun thing and they're showing it to the world. And that's what I'm saying. You know, decent content is always welcome, because you want to see happy faces, you want to see bond, you want to see friendship, you want to see, you know, you want to see reality. You know, you don't want to see sadness, you don't want to see vulgarity, which has happened, you know.
So too many dancers, they look up to you. So what's your advice for them?
Always one thing I've always told everyone, whoever asks me the same thing, just be patient and learn, do your homework well, learn from what your elders have done, your mentors have done, learn from them, read about them, you know, do a good homework on them, how have they've come in, you know, go through abhi to sab kuch, everything is on social media, soft copy on YouTube and Google, search about them and you'll get to know everything. Go slowly, don't run, don't rush, you know, go through a process, but end of the day, may just be patient and believe that inshallah it will happen, you know, and just listen to your parents, very important, and just take the blessing. That is the most important part of your life.
So now you see dance coming from everywhere, like small town villages. So what do you see the future of Indian dance?
When you say Indian dance, is Bollywood, or you see
overall?
Definitely, it's every city, every small town, big city, village, everyone is dancing somewhere or the other, which is a good, and it's reaching out to people. There's a lot of, if you see, if you remember, there's a tribe in Africa or somewhere in Kenya or somewhere where there's a couple, brother and sister. Just imagine. So वो एक नहीं, ऐसे बहुत सारे हैं जो
they're dancing to all Bollywood,
all Lavani. I've seen them performing Lavani. I've seen them performing folk. ऐसे बहुत सारे groups हैं world के अंदर जहाँ पे लोग Indian, Bollywood, classical सब, you know, because इतना diverse हो गया है. I think it'll be
exciting. Our dance forms over there.
It'll go crazy in coming years. It'll go more crazy.
So how has dance changed you as a brother, a son, and as an artist over the years?
मेरे हिसाब से dancing is not going to change a person. It's not changed me in terms as a person. जो मैं पहले था, जो मुझे मेरी जो फैमिली ने तरबियत दी है ना, आप तभी फैमिली मैन बनते हो. जो आपको बचपन से आपकी अम्मी आपके वालिद ने, आपके भाई बहनों ने जो किया है, आप वही फॉलो करते हैं. देखा, दिस इज अ प्रोफेशनल लाइफ विच डजंट मेक यू, इट विल मेक यू डिफरेंट इन द प्रोफेशनल वर्ल्ड विद योर पीपल. क्या what has made you with your people around you, you know, working, कि हाँ यार मैं इनसे अच्छा रहता हूँ, या मैंने उनके साथ में काम, is a teamwork and all that. But when it comes to family, I think what you've got from your elders, it's what you take forward. That's what I feel.
So if you had to define your legacy, see, not as a choreographer, but as a family person, so what do you feel that would take ahead, like your coming generation would take ahead from you?
वो मैं नहीं बता सकता, बिकॉज आई फील मैंने सोचा ही नहीं उसके बारे में. मुझे आई हैव ऑलवेज फ्रॉम द वेरी बिगनिंग आई नेवर प्लान फॉर एनीथिंग टू बी ऑनेस्ट. तो मुझे लगता नहीं मैं आगे भी कुछ प्लान करूंगा क्या. हाँ, ख्यालात काफ़ी चीज़ दिमाग में ख्याल आते हैं कि आपको ऐसा ऐसा करना है, बट आई एम अ पर्सन, आई लिव फॉर टुडे टू बी ऑनेस्ट, एंड आई फील कि हाँ कल भी अच्छा हो. दैट इज़ व्हाट आई फील. और मुझे लगता नहीं, बिकॉज अभी इनके भी जो मेरे भाइयों के बच्चे हैं वो बड़े हो रहे हैं, वो क्या करेंगे उसका मैं तो कुछ बोल नहीं सकता. बट आई फील कि जो भी करें, आई एम श्योर दे विल डू गुड, बिकॉज वट एवर दे लर्निंग फ्रॉम देयर पेरेंट्स एंड फ्रॉम द एल्डर्स, दे गोइंग टू फॉलो द सेम थिंग. मे बी दे विल टेक, मे बी someone will become like me in terms of a Bollywood person. They might take it to the next level, or maybe they're not going to choose Bollywood at all. They may go into business or some other kind of profession. I think they will take that thing to another level. But I don't feel right now I've planned or I've thought that this legacy will go where. I feel this legacy will remain with me and with my brothers. Wherever we can take it till, we'll take it, and then we just leave it to Allah.
But I feel if not, the legacy the coming generation should take from you is that you've been very humble person. So even today when I saw you across on the set, throughout the day, you have been very humble to the entire crew. You know, we see on sets at time lot of big directors, actors coming in. They throw tantrums, even if we go late here and there. But my experience today chatting with you has been amazing. Like you've been not just been humble to me. In fact, you were okay to wait half an hour because the entire crew had to have lunch because we were running late for the shoot. And I'm sure people learn this from you.
So all thanks to you all, because you all made me comfortable. So I was very comfortable. That is important. The vibe of the place was very positive. And then I felt everyone's working so hard, trying to make this happen, to reach to the audience, to the people. Why not? I think you should respect to everything what you do in life. That's what I take it, all my profession. Okay, you should respect whatever you're doing. You should respect everyone's time, because you guys away from your house, home, away from your family, sitting here making some content to reach out to people and tell the world that these are the people who are doing good, and these are the people giving the message to the rest of the world. So I think it's a contribution. So I've just contributed some time to this, where I feel I should. You all made me part of this, so thanks to you all rather than thanking me. And I think we all are humble with each other, and that's what makes a difference.
So lastly, a message that you want to give to our audience, the families who love dancing, and somewhere they can take dance as a form of joy, a form of bonding together.
No, definitely. They should take dancing as joy and happiness, and all the kids as a hobby. Just stay blessed, stay happy, and talk it out. कुछ चीज़ें जो होती हैं जो हम अपने अंदर रखते हैं, अपने एक दूसरे से बात करके, या फ्रेंड्स से, जिसको भी आपको लगता है मेरे जो करीबी है उससे बात कर लीजिए. खास करके फैमिली हो तो बेहतर है, बिकॉज यू नो देयर ओन ब्लड. सो आई थिंक यू शुड डू दैट, एंड just stay happy and just be patient. मतलब आप सब जितना सब्र रखोगे ना, बहुत अच्छा होगा. You know, you should always feel कि नहीं, there's some energy which is, you know, saying it, just stay positive actually. Just stay positive all the time. You know, even negative, like लोग बोलते ना यार, जैसे हमें कुछ खुशी मिलती है, like when I've done good song and I've won awards and everything, I'm very happy. अरे यार ये I'm celebrating with my friends and family. And there are times where you've done a song and you've not been appreciated, and you're sad. So when we can enjoy happiness, when we can celebrate happiness, why can't we celebrate sadness? I'm not saying go to a party and celebrate sadness. It's not. When I'm saying celebrating sadness is like just
acceptance
just accept the sadness. Okay, nahi, kal acha tha, आज बुरा है, इंशाल्लाह कल अच्छा होगा. You know, just wait for that day to happen. So be positive and patient. Just two things definitely apply in your life, and inshallah you'll be a happy person.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Feroz, for coming on our show, sharing your experience, speaking to us about your family, your journey. I'm sure our audiences will love this podcast.
A big thank you to you, Divya, and your entire team, the entire technical crew who's behind cameras and mic and at the monitor, and your makeup artists and your hair, and your pantry people who are helping us with coffees and teas and food. Thank you very much for inviting, and all the best for your show.
What a beautiful conversation filled with rhythm, resilience, and relationships. Feroz Khan's journey reminds us that dance is more than performance. It's healing, it's bonding, and it's a powerful expression of love and togetherness. From choreographing Bollywood blockbusters to mentoring his own brothers, Feroz has danced through life while keeping his family close. Thank you for joining us on Imperia Connects, where we continue to celebrate stories that enrich our families and our lives. Until next time, keep moving, keep feeling, and remember, every step counts.